Hello, Lakewood Ranch viewers. In today's video, we're going to talk about what's going on in the new construction market. How are the builders coming to market? Are there waiting lists? Are they still taking bids? Or are they now back to offering incentives and discounts? If that's of interest, stick around. I have all the information. Hello, it's MarkBoehmig, Michael Saunders and Company. And in this channel, Living in Lakewood Ranch, we cover all the areas around Lakewood Ranch. And today, specifically, we're going to cover what's going on in the new construction market. So any of you that are familiar with Lakewood Ranch, or if you're not, we have about 20 to 22 new home communities going on right now here in the Lakewood Ranch. And we have probably 15 different builders that are participating in all of these different communities. And what happened in 2021 was not pretty. We had a lot of bidding going on. We had a lot of angry buyers because they couldn't get properties. And then we had builders that couldn't build them fast enough. We ran out of supplies. We ran out of people to build. So the builders were in a pickle because they were getting more orders in than they could cover. So they decided to take a step back and they said, look, we're only going to build so many houses or take orders for so many houses this week, this month, this quarter. And if you're interested, we'll put you on a waiting list so that when we get back to being able to release more lots, we can do that. Our demand here was so high, it was incredible. We had more people here buying than we had homes. And I think in a lot of places in the country, that was probably the same feeling. But in here, it was probably a little bit worse because we do have so much new construction going on. Well, fast forward about a year and a half, and boy, has the scene changed. All right, so now the builders are giving incentives. Now the inventory is coming back. Some of the builders have homes that are closer to move-in ready rather than waiting 12 and 14 and 18 months. I've had several clients that approached 2 years on their completion of their homes, and they were not too happy about that. But hopefully that's going to be behind us now. So I've got a few examples for you that I wanted to go over just with a couple of the builders here, because most of them are doing something in the same fashion of what we're going to talk about here. So Sapphire Point, Pulte is the builder in Sapphire Point. What they're saying is you can get up to $12,000 in closing costs if you use their preferred lender. You can use that towards a rate lock or towards the final closing costs. Most of these incentives are developed by the builders to work in conjunction with their people, whether it's their title companies or whether it's with their mortgage companies. So Crestwind, the builder there, is Coulter. They're offering $20,000 in design for the Island series and for the Coastal collection. They're going to offer $4,000 towards closing costs. So the $20,000 is probably going to be more towards designer upgrades. Windward, that's Neal Community. So Windward is offering $20,000 towards closing costs if you finance through the Neal preferred vendor. What about Esplanade at Azario? That's one of our more popular communities here because it's centered around golf. You have golf lots and non-golf lots. Well, at Esplanade right now, you can get up to $25,000 towards closing cost and up to $45,000 in options, depending on whether it's a golf lot or a non-golf lot. The non-golf lots, which aren't as expensive as the golf lots, you're not going to get the $45,000 towards the designer upgrades. But if you're buying a golf lot, that's going to qualify for that. So it really just depends on the particular lot that you choose. What about Lake House Cove, Homes by Town? They don't have any official incentives right now, but I do know because I've had a couple of contracts go through there recently. They are offering something if you made an offer towards maybe something participating towards closing cost and maybe something towards designer upgrades, depending on the lot choice and the series of homes. D.R. Horton and Star Farms, they just ended up their red tag sale. Now, D.R. Horton comes to market a little bit different than most of the other builders. They like to get their home to a stage 5, which means the walls are up. Most of the interior walls and drywall is up. And really what they're doing is they release those homes when they're when they say, hey, we know that this is going to be ready in 4 or 5 months. So some of those homes have exceeded that and they're ready to go now. So on those, you're going to get a little bit better of a discount or an offer opportunity for those particular homes. But right now they have 10,000 off of closing costs. And for a qualified home and for a qualified buyer, they're also offering a 5.5 conventional loan or a 5.25 FHA loan. So those are probably some of the lower rates that I've heard here recently. Who does not participate in these types of incentives? Well, it's going to be your luxury builders. Stock isn't doing it. John Cannon is not doing it. Arthur Ruttenberg, Lee Weatherington, Anchor Builders, they're in the custom home divisions. Perhaps you might get a small discount off of a lot, but those builders are building in places like Wild Blue and also down in Lake House Cove. So they're a little bit more stringent on their discounts because they are not builders that build in a high volume of homes. They're more of a specific design and build. So I hope that this has helped you. If you decide to come here to the Lakewood Ranch area and you're interested in getting help on making a purchase for a new construction and you want someone on your side of the table to try and help you negotiate the best deal, I'll leave a contact information in the link below here in the channel. You need to contact me before you go into the builder or before you make contact with the builder, because once you do that, they won't add an agent on to your side of the transaction. You'll be going it on your own by yourself. So I'd be more than happy to help you out. Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company.